do, what it do. We right here on number 96, baby. We about to get started here in a little bit. Make sure y'all go over there and share the stream. Like, share, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, Facebook. Do the same, like and share. We about to go up. We got Ominous the Monster here joining us for number 96. Y'all go over there and share. We about to get started here shortly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we're going to get into this music video real quick as we get ready. Hey, make sure y'all show some love, like, share, and subscribe. We about to get started. Yes, sir. We in the building.
Think I should pour a line again, hoping it's gon' help me to sleep. I keep scrolling past these diamonds like they something I need. My Spotify helping with bills and it's crazy to see. I'm used to struggling, telling Stephanie about all my dreams. I'm finally tasting it, fraction of the goals that I have placed for me. Finally got my chance and I'm embracing it. I promise that I'm made for this, overcoming crazy shit, self-inflicted mania shit. I look back and it make me sick, like maybe it's a dream and I probably wake up surrounded by these fake smiles and people trying to take some. Little local talent, man, shooting slugs that keep on missing. Ex-hoes acting desperate, hoping they get my attention. Finally God was coming, told my brother Smoke, we finally up. Choices call and collect, I just wish that he was here with us. With him selling bowls of thousands off music, it's all legit. All I do is tell my story, all this pain gon' make us rich. Finally God was coming, told my brother Smoke, we finally up. Choices call and collect, I just wish that he was here with us. With him selling bowls of thousands off music, it's all legit. All I do is tell my story, all this pain gon' make us rich. At the red light, screaming at the top of my lungs, having withdrawals, contemplating chewing my gun. I'm having visions of my children, yeah, my daughter and son. Depression, come and go, sometimes it's hard to get up. Statistically, I ain't supposed to be here, more like a box or something. Underground, rotting off of Xanax or gunshots or something. Wish I could've seen my ops' face when they heard how I'm buzzing. Wonder if my auntie still talk bad about me to my cousins. They say that I changed, but the change was for the better. I forgive but won't forget, you called me 5 letters. Local talent, mad, shooting slugs that keep on missing. Ex-hoes acting desperate, hoping they get my attention. Finally God was coming, told my brother Smoke, we finally up. Choices called and collect, I just wish that he was here with us. With him selling bowls of thousands off music, it's all legit. All I do is tell my story, all this pain gon' make us rich. Finally God was coming, told my brother Smoke, we finally up. Choices called and collect, I just wish that he was here with us. With him selling bowls of thousands off music, it's all legit. All I do is tell my story, all this pain gon' make us rich. Finally God was coming, told my brother Smoke, we finally up. Call and collect, I just wish that he was here with us. With him selling bowls, now it's all legit. All I do is tell my story, all this pain gon' make us rich.
coming all the way up to Minnesota.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, I want to say cheers to Ominous, Tony, Rooch, Eric, Vino, Race, the whole Waterwave crew, Ben, Snoop, J Will, Rooch, everybody that's here. Cheers to y'all, and let's have a good ass fucking night.
Let's go!
I missed out on some performers. I had to throw it in there last minute, but cheers, y'all.
You already know what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that music video brought to you by no one other than our special guest for number 96, Ominous the Monster.
Yo.
What up, big dog?
What up, bro? Appreciate you having me.
Hey, man, I appreciate you pulling through, man. You got a hell of a following, a hell of a community to back you as well, man. I actually got linked up with you through Loud Society, man. DJ AR.
Yeah. Especially her. She does a lot for me. She's very helpful,
Yeah.
genuine. She's selfless, you know. For real.
She's very selfless, and she looked out, and she was all like, hey, I got someone, you know, that's interested in the podcast.
Yeah,
and I would, you know, like for you to link up with, you know, I think it's a good opportunity. So, man, I'm glad you came through, and you also dropped in with that Loser video as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Dope visual. Tell us a little bit more about that one.
That was shot by my boy Snoop, Snoopography. A lot of that shit is like B-roll from my last trip to Minnesota. I had a show headline. That's where I'm from, so
For sure.
I headlined a show out there, and we got a lot of B-roll. And the idea behind the song is basically, how do I break it down? So someone that meant like the most to me, right, my whole life. One time, I have a falling out with them. It's a family member. She called me a loser one time, and she meant that shit. Like, she was like, "You're a fucking loser," and it was like when I was down, bro. Like, torn ACL, had to send a baby mom back to Texas because I couldn't provide. Car got repoed. Had to kick my little brother out the room so I could stay in his room.
Yeah.
Little ass apartment back on my mom and shit in my like younger 20s, you know. And I'm like, oh, I'm back, you know. And I was down bad, and I guess I said something. She took the wrong way, and she went in on me, she just gave it to me, and she called me a loser. And that shit to this day has stuck with me heavy because, like I said, I cared about this person. This is like probably the one person in my whole entire life that I thought would never do something like that, right? So it's always stuck with me. Then you fast forward to right now, like from then to now, I got this success.
Man,
and I got
moving.
Yeah, I got these numbers now. Appreciate you. I got these numbers. I got these crazy streams.
That's dope.
Inquiries, a couple features a month type shit, you know. Price on everything went up, and now I'm starting to get a little taste of that fame that I always said I was gonna eventually get.
Hell yeah.
And it was just like a little bit of reflection. So you hear me talking in the song about reflection of like, it's not like in a braggy type of song. It's more like a.
It really is, yeah. It's almost like a letter to self, almost.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Like that's why when I hold my hand up like this, I remember call me 5 letters.
Yeah.
O-S-E-R, right?
Yeah.
So then, it was kind of like a little shot out there without giving them too much attention, because at the end of the day, whether or not I fuck with certain people in my life or family or whatever, I don't ever want to put them in a position to where it's like people are looking at them crazy. That's between us.
Correct. It's family business, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully, and then you just have your outlet in the sense to use your music, man. And that's dope. You've been going crazy. One of your biggest followings is TikTok, man. TikTok, your community is crazy over there, man. Your numbers, your community, I love it, man, because it's a whole different like atmosphere. You know, TikTok is like almost worldwide in a sense.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
Tell me a little bit more about using almost like TikTok having your biggest following right now.
Man, TikTok fucking, it's crazy because like TikTok was my least favorite.
Yeah.
And I was posting everything. I was posting my dogs because I breed and train dogs, and I was posting bodybuilding shit because part-time bodybuilder at the time type shit, you know. And then music, and then showing up, it took off for music, and it was like a fucking snowball, dog. It was going, you know, and it's just crazy how that works though. Like that was like my least favorite of the big 3.
Yeah, for sure.
And then TikTok's like, hey, we got you.
Well, yeah, we'll help you out, speed it up.
And then it kept going, and I'm like, oh well, shit. fuck it then. I'm all about TikTok now, right?
For sure.
And then I didn't really care about Facebook that much.
Yeah.
My main thing was Instagram. I want to be Instagram popping.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then Facebook's like, nah, we got you.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we got you. So now I think I'm like working on 30K over there on Facebook now.
That's what's
followers.
up. That's what's up, man. And you know,
cool,
TikTok is definitely a different algorithm as well. It seems like you got to be almost up to date with the you know, trends.
Yeah.
How do you go about using your music on TikTok and using that as your platform?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't do any trends. To be honest, I don't do any. I don't do any funny videos or anything like people would assume. And like we always hear these things about how you got to do this and that if you want to. Nothing. There's no one way for anything, and that's always drove me fucking crazy. And I just needed to get it done, so I could tell people that's not the only way you can do this, that, and the third. Right? Like there's hundreds of different ways you can pop. Just do whatever you think. So like what I would say is, even though I don't follow trends and shit like that, like I found my niche. Like I get the camera, I get the visual. It's locked in on how I look. And then when you hear how I sound, from what I'm told, it don't really match what you see visually. And it's like, what the fuck? Right? And then it keeps going. And then you notice he has face tats, gold teeth. He has this weird image. And it's kind of like, shit kind of,
that's
we
funny.
kind of believe him type shit.
I said, before you know, finish your TikTok there, bro, I want to piggyback on that same thing because I was listening to your music, you know, and I'm in here cleaning out the garage. I was like, what the fuck? Hold up. This motherfucker could go. Yeah. Well, I got some tracks we definitely going to get into.
For sure,
But the
man.
voice, I'm like, oh, bro, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So everybody has to find their niche. So like, okay. Monkey see, monkey do, right? So like, if you see it's working for somebody, you know them, you should do it too. Naturally, that's how everybody is.
Yeah.
So I'm not like saying anything about anybody specifically, so nobody take it fucked up. But when I found my niche as being like what we just discussed, and the words on the bottom of the video and like the whole thing, people that I know started replicating it with all the videos, and that's totally fine. Because if they ask me, I would tell them that's what I did. Yeah. But that's not the only way to make it work. It worked for me. It might not work for you. You might be too stiff. You might not be believable. Like I said, you hear. That's the thing about my music is you know it's real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying is 100% what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know you can tell.
You can
so it's not the same for everybody because everybody has different stories, different builds, different vibes, different. You know. So that's like one thing I noticed, and that's why it's not working for everybody like it worked for me. Is I just got lucky and I just found my niche and I stayed consistent until something hit and it's like, oh, this is what y'all want to see. Yeah. And then I started doing it, and now I just kind of post like whatever, like music wise, but I never do any funny videos or acting or any trendy shit like we said, to go back to that, because I just don't want to be seen that way. I don't want to be perceived that way. I just want y'all to know me for my music, my performance. Tap in, fuck with me if you want to. If you don't, then
for sure
everything else will happen as it's supposed to, because that's what's happened so far.
That's what's up, man. And I love it that, you know, everyone that wants to do the Instagram and then, you know, Facebook, but TikTok is like, it's that realm of like unknown or uncertainty, you know what I'm saying? And for you to be able to use that to build up your YouTube algorithm is crazy. Your numbers are doing great. Spotify streams and stuff like that. Was it at the same time, would you say the build-up was, or was it before you? Because you've been on YouTube and you've been doing music for a minute.
I've been doing it for a long time, bro. Yeah. So my first time performing, I was probably like, my first time performing at a big bar, I was 14. But like I performed at like talent shows and shit like that when I was like 11 or 12, rapping and singing. I wanted to be a singer bad as hell. I wanted to be Usher bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? My bad. So, what were we saying?
As far as, you know, your music, man, dang, I was over here thinking as well, as far as you getting started in your music.
Oh yeah, my bad, yeah. So I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm very grateful for the people I have, because like, some people say it's like a cult-like fan base, right? I have these fans that have my brand tatted on them. I have my fans that have, they're driving from city to city. Like, I had a show in Abilene, and I had 2 separate families that didn't know each other drive from New Mexico to come tap in and fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's been like a slow grind. It's like a word of mouth type thing, you know. And I look up to Tech Nine a lot, especially when I was younger. Not so much anymore. When I was younger, and he kind of paved the blueprint for like a independent artist.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
You just got to keep putting in that work and just keep connecting with the merch and the shows.
He was there before Nipsey Hussle was there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because Nipsey Hussle kind of got that message, you know, and used it on a bigger scale, I would say. But Tech Nine was one of the pioneers of it. Now looking
about
at
when he
it,
did it, you know?
Yeah, when he did it,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's
I mean, even Kevin Gates gives him his props on that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, Gates is kind of on the same.
I was gonna
trying
say
to do
that
the
too,
same
man.
shit.
That's funny you say that. Your style and your cadence as well. Got
Yeah.
Kevin Gates as well.
I get that a lot, but I think
Yeah.
that's more so personally, I think it's the voice that's getting people.
Yeah,
It's the deep voice that's like, and the
Yeah, it's
melodies
rolling.
will kind of be like, that kind of.
yeah. That rocks.
But
That
maybe
rocks.
not though. Shit, I don't know. You know.
So you know the numbers. You know, did the numbers increase? You know, at the same spike as TikTok, or was it like always just like an increasing
yeah.
thing?
Yeah, no. So like I was saying, my fan base has always supported me, and I've always done decent, or what I thought was decent. So
Yeah.
like when I popped, I was like 1,500 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
still solid.
And then when I went, and I thought I was doing something then. And then when I went viral, it shot up. And now it's like 22, 23,000 monthly listeners. And I mean, daily, that shit was hitting. I mean, like, yeah, as soon as I went, to answer your question, yes, when I went viral,
Yeah.
the numbers skyrocketed. And it kept like, it was fucking crazy, dog. I can't even, it's still like crazy to think about because I remember when I first went viral, I did like a regular routine, put the video down, boop, walk off.
Yeah.
And I remember like, I come back to it like, I think 10, 15 minutes later, I'm like, the fuck?
Doing numbers.
Boop, 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 boop. So I start, what the fuck? And I'm tripping because like it jumps. And it's not like how people think when you go viral, where it's not like you're gonna get like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was like.
Yeah.
No, that shit's like a slow drip for
Progressive.
days.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
It's like every time
yeah.
you swipe, it's like 5 views.
Yeah.
10 views, 5 views, 5
And it
views, 10
starts
views.
to-
And it just keeps
picks
on
up.
going consistently every
Yep.
fucking time you refresh. It's like
Yep.
boop, boop, boop.
Yep. That's
Yeah, but
dope.
when I went viral, man, that shit took off, and now, I mean, projected to probably have more than 2 million streams on Spotify for the year.
That's what's up.
And Apple's not as popular, but it's still going to be over an M.
Yeah.
Projected to be that way.
That's up.
So yeah, a lot of love for TikTok, but I guess they're talking about taking that shit away. They're gonna fucking
Yeah,
ban it
they
or
talking
something.
about taking away, and you already seen the Pornhub thing in Texas. Shout out to Pornhub thing. They
Shout out Pornhub.
They tucked that down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like, hey,
They're worried
TikTok,
about the wrong thing.
the
man.
wrong thing. So TikTok is next up. I'm assuming, and
I don't think it'll happen though.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for years.
Yeah, that's gonna be too hard. There is a lot of important people that don't agree with that, and they're gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah, well, we hope so. Because they saying like we giving our information out
Yeah.
to the other intelligence and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. We are like
You
a
know?
soft war. I mean, I love TikTok for what they did for me,
Yeah,
but now I kind of got Facebook. I'm kind of like,
yeah. You're like, hey,
hey, it's kind of our time to
yeah.
TikTok, like whatever type shit. But
Hell yeah, I enjoy it, man. Some of the stuff on there, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be like, man, I don't find this stuff on Facebook or Instagram,
yeah.
and I'm like, I'm a conspiracy theory. I'd be up on all that. They'd be like,
I
my
try to stay away
algorithm
from
fucked
that. But my brother Tony Dent, he loves conspiracy theories, and
Yeah.
my boy OG Raymond and shit. Like they all.
man.
Only ones I kind of get into are like the pyramids.
Yeah, those are pretty deep.
That one's pretty crazy. And then like
The alien shit, you don't believe
I
in the
believe
fucking
in
alien
aliens.
shit? Okay,
I think it'd
all
be crazy to not believe in aliens. You know what I don't like? I dislike people that say the Earth is flat and it's like water above us, water underneath us, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, oh
ain't fuck
man,
with that one.
my
That one's-
algorithm's fucked up.
That
man.
one's crazy. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
man.
one's like,
Hey, mine's got no. They say they went to the moon.
yeah. I don't know about the whole moon landing thing, if that's even real either. But the space is real though. I mean,
For sure. There's something.
that's something you can't really
Yeah.
Oh, what do I know? Hey,
Right,
NASA,
yeah.
what with
Hey,
your
man,
boy?
welcome to the motherfucking plug, motherfucking
yeah.
podcast number 96.
Yeah.
We enjoying our
That shit
time,
took a
man.
left, didn't it? We
Hey,
started
man,
getting.
real quick, you know what I'm talking about? I could enjoy my conversation, man. I wanted to get into one of these tracks, man. I want to say Eliza's Son.
Yeah.
I want to play this
favorite.
track. This was one of my, when I was, getting prepared for the interview, one of the tracks that stood out to me, and I rocked with, man. I really wanted to get into it. I think it's one of your older tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about that, man. There's a dude named Smooth Vega. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Oh yeah, out of Dallas, right?
Fort Worth from Dallas, yeah. I met him years ago. I was performing and I came off stage. He gave me my props. We chopped it up, and then I stayed in contact or whatever. And when I made this album called Karloff, which Eliza's Son's on, that was probably like 4 years ago, or going on 4 years ago. And he heard that song. I shot it to him to get his opinion, and he heard that song, and he's like, "This is the one."
Yeah, that's
Like,
what's
this is
up.
the one. It's super relatable. It's not super aggressive.
Yeah,
everything's
okay.
just relatable because everybody has a mother and everybody loves their mom or dad, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you could feel that.
Yeah.
And he said, "This the one." And I mean, it took fucking 3 years and some change to blow up. That was like,
That's what's up.
yeah, that was the one to blow up.
Yeah.
Not first, but it blew up the most. Every time I post it, it's getting 250,000 views. It's getting 500,000 views every time. Like, I haven't got no traction for the past couple weeks. Oh, reliable. Boop. Throw it in
Throw
there.
it in there, yeah.
Aggravate the algorithms a little bit, and
That's what's up.
then hopefully, I mean, yeah, that shit does at least 1,000 streams a day on Spotify. Still, right now, just consistently 1,000, 2,000 streams a day, and it's just project. I mean, it's crazy.
That's what's up. We gonna get into this one real quick, man. I don't just gonna let the people tune in. If you wanna go ahead and rap to it, we gonna rap to it as well. Y'all, welcome to the plug number 96. I'm Mr. Monster. What's up?
If I told you everything that I've done, would you still call me your son? If I told you about the violence and selection of drugs, all the times I hit a lick in every person I jumped, I'm blacking out. I use excuses like that to avoid the truth. I ain't proud of who I am, and that's why I'm avoiding you. Hard for me to place the exact date I destroyed my youth. I'm just a mad little boy, and that's all that it boils to. I'm full of regret, wishing that I can turn back time. Every bad decision that I made been on my mind. Hard for me to smile, it feels like I'm almost dying. People doing just as bad, or tell me I'm alright. Like, take another shot, fuck with me. Pop another 10, fuck with me. Match a blunt, I got some dumb. Take another bump, fuck with me. Pop another perk, fuck with me. Man, I heard you got some dumb. Mama, if I told you everything that I've done, would you still call me your son? If I told you about the violence and selection of drugs, all the times I hit a lick in every person I jumped, I'm blacking out. I use excuses like that to avoid the truth.
man.
I ain't proud of who I am, and that's why I'm avoiding you. Hard for me to place the exact date I destroyed my youth. I'm just a mad little boy, and that's all that it boils to.
Man, hold up. Hold up.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Blacking out,
guys.
use excuses like that to avoid the truth.
Man.
I know we've all done some fuck shit, and we're like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know damn well you do, but you're like, I was black, I was gone.
Hey, we don't worry about that. Let's just put that behind us
Yeah,
and we'll
didn't
figure
happen.
it out.
Can't remember. It's like,
Man, I love that track right there. Make sure y'all go over there and tap in. How can we tap in with you as well? Make sure we following and plugged in.
Monster everywhere.
Everywhere,
Everything.
man. Hey, YouTube.
Cash Apps on it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying, emails Ominous the Monster. Everything's Ominous the Monster. Where it's
Hell
like
yeah.
super easy to find me. I just try to make it super simplistic.
Yeah,
and that was a long time ago. I had that idea fucking 15 years ago. And I
That's
said,
what's up.
I'm about to make my shit easy everywhere across the board.
That's what's up.
Get ahead of it.
And that's key, man. And being able to find you. And again, it ain't that hard to find them. We also go have it on the actual video right there below you. So make sure y'all go over there and tap in, man. How you liking? You from Minnesota? You represent real tough within your music. You know, even with the ball cap as well. You know what I'm saying?
I got Prince on my neck.
Yeah, and you got
Was it
Prince.
this
So
side?
I was about to mention that as well. So you Minnesota heavy. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing, getting started, and how that foundation made you the artist you are now.
So do we want to go like All right, so I had a real fucked up childhood, super abusive childhood, and that helped me. Basically, that's like super lightly touch over it. That basically made me who I am today, right? When I say I'm Ominous the monster, I'm the modern day Frankenstein, the modern day Prometheus, right? I'm what the world has made me. This is just what you guys perceive me this way, but really I'm really this way.
Yeah.
If you just take a second to listen to me, via music or whatever type shit, right? So, my childhood was pretty rough, whether it was because of me or because of somebody else, and all those things. Just constantly dealing with all of the trauma and grief and all that other shit, ultimately made me who I am today as an artist. Which is why if you listen to my music,
there's a lot of
you get a lot of stories. I have stories for days. Like, we can write a book about that shit. Honestly,
say that in one of your tracks.
Yeah. That ass, I probably will, man. I'm just waiting for the right time, or like even a fucking documentary, like. Hey. Netflix special type shit. Who knows?
It's only a matter of time, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's spoken in existence right here.
That right ass, here. Man. Yeah. So all that, it's my life just really, and I love Minnesota. I love Texas too, though. That's why I'm here. And I don't plan on going back, but I do love Minnesota because, like I said, a lot of those core memories, those good and bad, but nothing's like home, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. And you can definitely hear your music. From battle addiction, man, from the pills to really trying to find your way, and then using music as your outlet for real. And like you said, your music, you can tell you ain't faking it. Tell me a little bit more about like battling and like some of those addictions and stuff like that, man.
Yeah. So like my first time, I smoked and drank and shit when I was younger, like every other. Young kid, right? You just try it, or whatever. But like first time I got into like some hard drugs, I was 14. I ended up smoking meth with some fucking fiends, and then it was like a month-long binge. Keep in mind, I'm 14 years old on the run from probation at the time. I burnt off. Went to the hood, and I was just linked up with them the whole time, and I was gone for like 30 days, no sleep, tripping. And that was like when I first got introduced to hard drugs, like hard drugs. You know? Anyways, I ended up kicking that. It was hard, I went to juvie, and I'm like I said, I'm 14. Anything's intense for a fucking 14-year-old at the end of the day.
Shit, yeah, even a couple shots. That.
Yeah,
a couple shots of tequila, your motherfucker.
Right, so we're just diving right into meth type shit.
Right.
So I guess I'm saying that to say like. From a young age, I was very angry because, like I said, my childhood was very abusive and violent, and I was just always a very angry kid, man. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't really care about girls. I didn't want to holler at her or chop it up or nothing like that. I was just angry and always like on the shit. I was really on the offensive. Like, what you looking about? Whatever. Like, I was a very angry kid. For sure. So them drugs, were giving me. Just the relief, like everybody else. You get fucked up because you usually want to, forget or numb or whatever, and it just kept on going. And I started trying this, trying that, trying this until you look back and your whole life is just one big trip. From a young age up until early 20s. And but I quit doing all everything one by one. So like. My biggest thing was Xanax, and I talk about that a lot in my music, is Xanax and like syrup and shit. Yeah, those are my biggest things, and it just took something greater for me to quit doing those. So like for example, Xanax, I remember I went to jail, and when I got out, and at this point my family was already not trying to be around me, my friends weren't trying to be around me, nobody wanted to be around me when I was Xanned out. And eventually it was like I noticed that. So when I got out of jail, I'm sober, pop a Xan, and before it kicks in, I remember looking around the room and saying, damn, these people don't my own people don't fuck with me. Like I can tell by their body language they don't fuck with me. I don't want to feel this no more. I don't want to, like if that's what it comes down to, I'm going to.
Find that relief.
Right? So I said, fuck that, I'm gonna do something different. And then like, for cigarettes, my son walked outside one day when he was real young, 8 years old, grabbed like a cigarette butt, hit that bitch like he was me, and I was like, nah, we ain't doing that shit. So I quit smoking cigarettes right then and there. Drinking. I just kept on putting music on the back burner and doing a lot of dumb shit. crazy dumb shit. And I wasn't like a happy drunk. Like I was, I was drinking for the wrong reasons. You know, it goes back to that relief shit. Like you could just tell something was, you know, like yeah, it's not the kind of guy you want. Like, you know, babysit. I mean, look how big we are. Imagine my ass just fucking. And normal sized people are like, whoa.
You right.
The fuck?
You right.
Who brought bro to the party? You know?
What his big ass doing, man?
Put his ass in the car.
Exactly.
Don't come back either.
Yeah.
Shit, you know? So man, dog. Like,
for sure.
Like,
you're held accountable at some point in your
Yeah.
life. It sounds like, and you kind of had to
do
what you had to do.
I'm real big, man. I got a big heart. So like, when I love something, like that's my priority. So like my kids saved my life for some of the reasons I told you. And like when my daughter was born, that's when I really kicked in. Like, oh, I got to make this music shit shake because I've been rapping my whole life, but I'm not taking it serious enough. And then when she was born, I was like, okay, now we finna get this bag. Yeah. And then I started grinding. I remember SoundCloud having like 100 fucking plays. Yeah. And I'm like, we going 120. Fuck it, next month 150. Bitch, we on y'all's neck. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy. I swear,
hey, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, you know, dudes don't really understand the fucking process.
Come on, man.
Of what's really happening here, bro. I'm 32 years old. Like motherfuckers in high school think I'm old. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro. Like dudes don't grind this long for this hard without taking their foot off the gas. But it's like. So keep that in mind, and like people gotta understand. Like I was getting 100 fucking views on Spotify. I was getting, you know, I mean, fucking not even Spotify, shit, SoundCloud, YouTube. I mean, I'm stealing beats off YouTube all fucking day, trying to drop these projects, and I'm spending my last little bit of change to get these weak ass CDs. Not weak, but the product is looking kind of weak, and I gotta flood the street with it, and it's like. You know what I'm saying? Or I got last bit of money, I'm gonna put it on some merch. Nobody wants to buy the merch because I'm not popping like I thought it was gonna happen. Fuck it, I'm giving them out. We don't get the name out there. So like, there's so much sacrifice that is went into like that, and like you know, and then it's like the slow grind, bro. And it's, you know, people often, especially now, they all look at me like, man, it's like, bro, come on.
It ain't no overnight,
never
in the microwave process, man.
Never,
and even still. You know, there's so much more to continue to cook and add to the plate. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to adding to the plate, bro, you dropped Monster Love Song.
Yeah, Monster's Love Song.
Monster's Love Song. You just dropped that recently, man.
Yeah.
That was just a single.
Yeah, that's a single. But that's gonna be on the new project Karloff 2, which is dropping sometime in April. I'm gonna have a date soon.
There you go.
I've been getting, everybody's been wanting it, you know, hitting me up in the DMs and everything, trying to get that. Yeah, that's a banger, though.
How's
like
the album looking? Yeah, for sure. We gonna close the show out with that one. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We closing out the show with that one.
Yeah, that's the only love song we have. You know, like period on my whole resume. I don't do love songs. I don't do happy music, bro.
It rock. It rock. And what can we expect from the project coming up here in April?
We can expect more of the same shit y'all love, I guess. You know, just kind of different. I don't like to try to you know,
reinvent the wheel too much, huh?
I saw Clef God was on your show, and I have an EP with him.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But I remember doing the like we were recording a song or whatever. Yeah. And it's Eternal Sin, by the way. One of my biggest songs is off that as well. But anyways, I remember he told me like artists try to evolve too quickly before their fans are able to be like, okay, we're ready.
Yeah.
And if you think about like the art, and it made sense to me, so I've kind of just been sticking to that train of thought, to be honest. Like, don't go too fucking
crazy.
You know, like let's just try to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, especially because we're not nowhere near where we want to be, and clearly this sound is working. So don't go over here yet. Yeah. Keep pushing this until we've done all we can, and then we're gonna come over here.
And
you know,
even then you could tighten that part up, and then once you tighten that up enough, you gonna be able to add something to that.
Exactly. Because think about how often like do you love an artist or whatever, and and like they'll drop some shit, and you'll be like. It's cool. I fuck with them, but damn. Yeah. And then the next project is even more like, and it's like, damn.
Yeah. Man.
And everybody trying to be Kanye. Every album got to be a different genre, and it's not the case. Like,
Correct. You can stick to what your fans.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that with Drake sometimes, man. You say that, I
Bro,
feel like that about Drake, and I'm like, oh, okay, he going in, and then he'll drop this shit or that shit. And I'm like,
yeah. Unless that's your thing, like you're known for that, like Kendrick.
Yeah.
Which I think Kendrick is gonna do that to them boys.
Oh man,
he's heating up. yeah. Hot take, no, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. Unless you're known for it, like he's known for that. He's gonna every album's gonna. That's why it takes fucking forever to drop anything, because it's like. Sure. Y'all done with that. Here's a new image. Or Schoolboy Q's another one too. Every album you hear is a different persona of him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it's like that's their art, so we get it. But But I mean, you have people like for example, Gates. His newer shit compared to his older shit, like he's not really. He's known for this, then he starts going to.
But his new shit's still like banging through, and so it's like, hey, that's what's up. I wanted to tap in before I let you out of here, man. The San Antonio scene, you've been able to see a lot of, like you said, you've been home, did some shows, able to travel, do some shows as well. Tell me a little bit more about being here in the city and how you kind of seeing the music scene.
I love the music scene here. I think every city has the same problem though, as far as my city don't love me, so you gotta move to get your city to love you. Your city's the last to fall in line, or people are gatekeeping, or don't fuck with me. Da, 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 da. And it's like every single city you go to, like it don't matter what any city you're from, they're like that. Now if I go perform, if I'm from here and I go perform in fucking Denver and they love me in Denver and it's like, this is where I need to be. Well, I've been in those kind of positions where like I go perform. Yeah. Like, for example, I performed in Abilene for the first time and that bitch was packed. I'm talking about line outside the door to see me and I was like, oh my God, right? I'm gonna move to Abilene. And when I moved to Abilene, I kept doing shows and they became less and less and less attendance, right? And then those people still complain about their city, the people that are from there, born and raised there. And then like you go upstate, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota, Minneapolis, same exact shit. They talk about that shit all the time. And I've lived in so many places, like everybody, it don't matter where you're from, everybody's like that. So that's what I got to say about that part.
That's good shit, and that's good perspective as well, because in San Antonio, that's one of the biggest gripes. It's like, hey, we won the last on the train.
But everywhere, that's how it is.
Our people need to get together and do stuff and stuff like that.
I guarantee people in Houston are probably saying the same shit. They're like, they only fuck with, the big dogs. They don't fuck with the rest of us unless you fuck with them or you got to move. Like everybody, it's so easy to make excuses as to why your shit's not ringing off. And it's just not a good way to look at things because like, I don't know. But that's what I got to say about that, right? But it's like on the positive side of it, there's a shit ton of talent here. I love San Antonio. I moved here because of that, because of the talent and the connections I've made throughout my life. And I love San Antonio. Like, this is where I want to be. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of love for San Antonio. I have a lot of love for the artists that are here, even the ones that don't show love or whatever. Like that don't really matter to me. Like I think there's enough talent and there's enough room for everybody to blow up. And there's not one person that's gonna pioneer it to where it needs to go. I think it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna feel right. It's gonna be like a soft tuck. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna be like, oh, boop. All these artists are. And
it's when Source or what's one of somebody to somebody go be on the freshman, whatever.
Exactly.
And then it's gonna be like, oh, we got more down here, So
I mean,
it's only a couple minutes away.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like San Antonio's fire and everybody here, they think the same way about that, but I promise y'all it's the same everywhere you go. But I love performing here. Like when I perform here, the crowd sings along the majority of my songs. And I mean, we're pulling up. MIE is pulling up at least 60 deep.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Like, you got 150 max. Well, half the room is going to be us, guaranteed. And then whatever artists can bring people, then they should. Which is another thing, not for anybody anywhere, some artists don't bring people, they don't feel like they need to promote or they don't need to bring people. Free game. Don't do that. Promote. And if you ain't bringing nobody, you better fucking keep your ass in the crowd to show love to those who are, not saying me, just in general, to show love to the show because you're gonna look better because you're not able to bring value financially to the show.
Artist being
But
there.
but you're there, but you're showing that you are locked in and you're there to until it gets better. You are, we here with you, like, yeah, we all in the same boat type shit.
That's what's up.
Which obviously you can't all the time. Sometimes you gotta leave or whatever. But that's just like some more free game. Cause like some people will walk in that bitch late with one person with them, and then they'll go do their song, and then they dip, and it's just like, who was bro? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That song was okay. Where he at? Moved around and lost the networking opportunity.
Yeah,
as well.
and I feel like today, like it's hard for people to show love without feel like they're glazing and shit like that, right? They're like, I can't say too much. For example, there was a live stream. There was 4 people. I didn't know one of them, but I knew the other 3. And one of those people, just I joined in it, said, "What's up, y'all? Much love." Da, da, da. And bro was like, "Hey, I just want to say real quick, Ominous the Monster is fucking gas." Da, 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 right?
That's love. That's
now
love.
I know these other 2 people. I know what they think about me.
Yeah.
They would agree.
Yeah.
But nobody like. They're kind of stiff
So
body.
that's what's up. Yeah.
But bro, he didn't care
Came
about all
through.
that, and that's like a good trait too. Like, and that's what me and my people try to be on. Is we always try to show love. Like, there ain't enough. That's probably part of the issue with most cities is artists feel like they need the love. We deserve the love. We're not gonna give y'all love. We need the love.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Hey, your shit dope. Keep pushing.
And
Likewise.
100%. Yep. And keep pushing. Keep
Or
going.
however it is.
And link up and switch information. Maybe
Yeah, man. That's
work. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a big thing. Not enough love being given, man.
I agree.
Acknowledgement and like.
Yeah. So I the city's definitely. I love what Kevin McGee and Lil Yoda is doing.
Yeah,
You know what
they're
I'm
going
saying?
hard.
They're going crazy
Pushing.
right now, and I think they really setting the tone as far as being able to collaboratively work with each other or work with someone else within the city with a different name, but still push the same goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, we got a hot track. This could help you just as much as it helps me. Let's do that.
And those dudes show love too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're not fucked up by looking like they're just like hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And I try to do the same. A lot of people do, but
For sure.
that's like a noticeable trait for me, anyways. And those are the kind of people I want to open up at my show, or I want to work with, or like I will fuck with. Like, you can't afford the feature price, like, respectfully. Bet, fuck it.
Yeah.
I fuck with you anyways. So just give me what you can, and then we're gonna make sure it's beneficial for you, for sure, for all of us. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how. I agree.
That's what's up, man. I definitely. Oh, look, it said big up from the UK. Ominous, you a dog. Shout out to them. What up? Shout out UK checking in over there.
Yeah, that's been crazy.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, overseas, like, it's been wild. Canada's been showing a lot of love too.
Dang, that's what's up.
Future's
That's what's
looking
up.
bright, yeah.
Man. And before you get out of here, I definitely want you. We're gonna get into this last track. I'm gonna let you out of here, but you definitely went through some ups and downs trying to get where you at in the music thing.
Yeah.
To give us some advice, give us some encouragement for people that are trying to continue to push and make this or whatever entrepreneurship that y'all guys are tapped into, whatever it may be. What's some good advice as far as pursuing that dream that may seem far-fetched as hell?
So for the dream,
Yeah.
just keep in mind, like, there's no one way to accomplish your goal, and there's not an age limit. There's not sometimes you can't afford to do what somebody else is doing, so you gotta just do it this way, or somebody might have popped when they was 21 and you're 25 and you're like, fuck, or maybe you're 35 or maybe you're fucking 40. Like, now that I've gone viral, I've seen hella people like chop it up with me that are like in their 40s and they barely started popping, but they're bigger than me, type shit. So just keep that in mind. There's no one way, and listen to other people's advice, but also don't take it to heart if they're not where you want to be. Like, you never want to, like, if someone's gonna tell you how to get $1 million, but they don't have $1 million, it don't really add up. But if they got an M and they trying to tell you how to get an M, you listen to that person.
Yeah.
So like that's another thing to kind of keep in mind. But just don't get discouraged. No matter what you're pursuing, just don't get discouraged, and have some self-awareness. That's a big thing a lot of people do not have, is they don't have self-awareness, and it's like people around them might be, I can't tell them. I don't want to break their heart, or
For sure.
Maybe it could, but maybe not. You know, or sometimes it's right. You know, you gotta have self-awareness, no matter what you're trying to do. And man, just stop complaining about, you know, certain shit and start, you know, looking at your accomplishments. That's another thing that I had to learn is I kept on looking at like everything.
Correct.
And I'm not here. I'm not doing this. I'm not competing with this person. For a while, I got wrapped up on Spotify numbers so bad to where I was like consumed with like certain people that may have said some foul shit to me back in the day as artists, and now I'm shitting on them, and I'm looking like, but that's not a good way to be, right?
Correct.
You have to just look at what you're doing. And it kind of comes back to what I said about just being like kind and like, fuck it, hey man, I respect you. I appreciate your grind. Because it is hard to be an artist. It's hard to be anything entrepreneur-wise. We talked about that before the shit clicked on.
Yep.
You do what you got to do, but really, you know, and that's a whole separate battle.
Exactly, and balancing what you got to do compared to pursuing what you want to do.
Exactly,
or it's not even what you want to do, it's what you're going to do. You know what I'm talking about? It's brick by brick, and you know, that's one of the things I had started back in, honestly, I want to say almost about to come up on a year. And I was doing like my podcast in spurts, you know. And I sat back and listened to Nipsey Hussle talk a little bit, and he was just like, man, you know, everyone wants to have the big wall. Everyone wants to have the wall, but they don't understand they gotta go brick by brick.
That's
so
fucking real, bro.
Take it brick by brick. You can't just be like, boom, here's the wall. You like, nah. So we on number 96. We doing it brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming through as well, man. Continue your success. Make sure y'all tap in. We go get into this last track. Before we wrap up, tell me a little bit about this track before we end our show, baby.
So I really never do love songs. I don't do really positive songs. And every time I go to the fucking studio, Rooch will be like, hey, you like this beat? I got some for you. And it'd be like a love song and shit. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Well, one day I was sitting in my room and I had my shit on and I was like, and I heard a beat and I was like, man, you know, I should really do my twist on this. Because the beat I gotta feel the beat. I gotta feel like this is what it wants me to say, right? I'm so tapped in with like the emotion. Like everything I do is emotionally driven, which you can hear in my music, you know?
For sure.
So I heard the beat and I was like, yeah, let's get it. And it ended up being a love song, but I'm not like super soft and like emotional, especially in person. I try not to be super emotional. I'm just like, hey, you know. So, but my music is how I get super vulnerable. So I said, perfect opportunity, right? And I made a Monsters Love song, and it's also my woman's favorite song.
That's a sub.
Because most of the shit I'm talking about in this song is shit that we went through.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a sub.
That's we could do a whole other.
Well, you be able to put that on a track.
Yeah. Like somebody called her out her name, and then it went there, and then it went there, and then it was like, you know, or like, however you look at it, like it's all like true shit.
Man,
I never talk about anything that's not. That's another thing. I never fabricate. If you hear me talk about it, unless it's clearly a fun track of me like popping my shit or whatever, that's like on some funny shit or whatever. But like if it's like some real shit, just know.
I'm really putting that out there. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all go over here and tap in. It's been an honor to have him on the podcast on the Plug 96, man. This one's special. Hey man, y'all enjoy y'all weekend as well. Easter weekend amongst us. It's the only way to go out right now. Let's go.
I promise this the last time, baby, this the last line. Hard for me to deal with the memories of my past life. Promise this the last time, baby, this the last line. Say that I am happy, but it fades more than we passed time. Sorry for my insecurities and all the shit I put you through. Looking for reasons, better watch their words and how they talk to you. If they call you out your name, there ain't no telling what I do. Or up that pistol, make it clear that I'm a squeeze if they move it in. Let's roll, babe. We gotta go, babe. Neighbors came out and all of them on their phone. Put the pedal to the floor, babe. We gotta go, babe. Regardless of what happens to me, I'ma get you home, babe. I'm depressed, it ain't your fault. It's just the way my brain is wired. Darkness pulling me away, but I keep calling to your fire. So erratic thoughts keep popping up. I'm talking to you, but you tired. I keep saying I'm okay, but you need me. I ain't ain't no lie. I don't show too much emotion, but I cry when I write songs. And I know you feel my pain, I see it when you sing along. Girl, you broken like I'm broken, guess that's why we get along. Trapping out the telly and it's 5 a.m. when you get home. Pistol by the bed, we hearing shots, I grab it before I duck. Telling you check on the kids and stay in there, I'll see what's up. Crazy how we made some power inside them lovers. Told me how we beat your sister, so I walked and fucked them up. Girl, I kill for you, I really will, I ain't just saying that. Conversations about when I get famous, keep on playing back. Supporting me for years, an alcoholic in a Cadillac. Finally got a little taste of fame, I plan to pay you back. 100, 200, 300 problem, 400, 500, 600 diamonds. Wrapped around your neck, girl, you look better when you smiling. Hopping on a cruise ship to visit different islands. From getting jacked outside the trailer where we used to live, the fancy restaurants dropping bread like it ain't shit. I'ma put you in a mansion with a back out full of fish. Probably would've took my life if you ain't blessed me with them kids. Sorry for my sickness, everything I put you through. Looking for reasons, better watch their words and how they talk to you. If they call you out your name, there ain't no telling what I do. I up that pistol, make it clear that I'ma squeeze it if they move. Sorry for my sickness, everything I put you through. Looking for reasons, better watch their words and how they talk to you. If they call you out your name, there ain't no telling what I do. I up that pistol, make it clear that I'ma squeeze it. Come on. Gotta go, babe. Neighbors came out and all of them on their phone. Put the pedal to the floor, babe. We gotta go, babe. Regardless of what happens to me, I'ma get you home, babe. I'ma get you home, babe. I'll get you home, baby. I'ma get you home, babe.
You feel me? No matter what, I'ma get you home. Don't even trip. Yeah, you gonna be safe.
I'ma get you home.
Number 96, stop playing with her, yeah.
Like, share,